Assume you get up one morning with burnout, gigantic disappointment, and profound set uneasiness with your life. You glance around and draw a rundown of what you don't have: the enormous vehicle, the stunning home, the spectacular work. And suddenly, you start begrudging the people who seem to have everything in their control. It turns into an endless pattern of wanting more, striving for something you don't have, and it is not into feeling that you are enough. However, are you aware that you can escape this circle of disillusionment? What if you could understand the worth of the things available and be happy right now? Seneca and Marcus Aurelius, two indifferent logicians of old Rome, give us this. Seneca, a rich Roman philosopher, reminds us, no person has the ability to have all that they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have and to actively use merely what they in actuality do have. So, instead of continually wanting more, we should focus on being grateful for what we already have and make the most of it. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman ruler and indifferent scholar, repeats this sentiment when he says, "If anyone can discredit me, show me I'm committing a mistake or looking at things from the wrong perspective, I'll gladly change. It's the truth I'm after, and the truth never hurt anybody." He urges us to be receptive, able to alter our viewpoints, and seek truth and wisdom. These old lessons might seem simple, yet they hold tremendous power in our modern reality, where we often find ourselves caught up in pursuing material possessions, economic well-being, and temporary pleasures. By embracing the principles of happiness, open receptiveness, and honesty, we can develop a sense of inner peace and satisfaction that transcends external conditions. Now, picture getting up in the morning with happiness for something as simple as coffee, good weather, or even the sound of laughter from a loved one. Two things stand out: being capable to challenge your assumptions and the eagerness and ability to change. Try to understand what it is like to be ethical and able to discern right from wrong instead of choosing by the ease of acclaim, the crowd, the trend, or the style. These examples that Seneca and Marcus Aurelius bring to the table for us are as valuable today as they were thousands of years ago. By embracing their wisdom, we can unlock the keys to a life of true joy, reason, and virtue, a life that is not defined by what we have but by what our identity is, and the way that we choose to live. Finding happiness in what you have. Can you? Finding satisfaction in what you have. Remember that you have ever fallen head over heels for something you could see but didn't have or want to possess, the object, for example, a new computer game console or a brand new bike. Perhaps you might have even had that first impression of jealousy, especially when you saw your friend or classmate getting everything you would have wanted. Everyone will go through it in the course of their life, but it can be an unfulfilling and unhappy place if that is your focus. Seneca, the wise Roman philosopher, understood this feeling quite well. That's why he shared this robust advice: no person has the power to have all that they want, but it is in their power not to want what they don't have and to happily put to good use what they truly do have. At the core of Seneca's teaching is contentment, the ability to find happiness and satisfaction in what you already have, rather than constantly pursuing more. It's a simple idea that can be incredibly powerful in helping us lead happier, more fulfilled lives. What if you could be content with your current games and gadgets instead of envying your friend's new video gaming device? I wish people could have what they want and stop craving the latest trendy clothes to wear. Perhaps some people could spend some time trying to put together a good outfit with what they have. By shifting your mindset from constant wanting to gratitude and appreciation, you can unlock a sense of inner peace and happiness that no material possessions can provide. This idea of happiness and simplicity is not unique to Seneca. It has been echoed by wise teachers and philosophers throughout history. For example, the ancient Greek philosopher Socrates lived a life of extreme simplicity, owning only the bare essentials and focusing on pursuing wisdom and knowledge. He believed that true happiness came not from material possessions but from cultivating virtue. And consider also the teachings of Buddhism, which emphasize the concept of non-attachment, encouraging followers to relinquish their desires and cravings for material things and instead find happiness in the present moment. The Buddha lived a life of extreme simplicity, renouncing his wealthy upbringing to seek enlightenment and inner peace. But the wisdom of happiness and simplicity is not just something from the past, it is also embraced by countless individuals and communities in modern times. Take, for example, the minimalist home movement, where people downsize and live in small, simple homes to reduce their environmental impact, save money, and focus on what truly matters. Or consider the minimalist lifestyle, where individuals intentionally limit their resources and consumption to cultivate a sense of freedom, clarity, and happiness. By decluttering their physical spaces and letting go of excess, they can appreciate what they truly value and find joy in the present moment. Even in busy cities and bustling communities, some people have found happiness and bliss by embracing simplicity and gratitude. Perhaps it's the retiree who finds joy in tending to a small garden, or the student who enjoys the simple pleasure of a good book and a warm cup of tea. So how can you start cultivating a sense of satisfaction and gratitude for what you already have? Here are some practical tips and exercises to try. Practice gratitude every day. Take a few moments to think about what you're grateful for, no matter how small. Write them down in a journal or take a few deep breaths and let the feelings of gratitude wash over you. Clean up your space. Look around your room or living area and identify things you no longer need or use. Donate or sell these items and notice how clearing out physical clutter can also help clear your mind and cultivate a sense of simplicity. Appreciate small pleasures. Instead of constantly seeking out big exciting experiences, learn to appreciate the simple joys in life, the warmth of the sun on your face, the taste of ripe fruit, or a loved one's laughter. By embracing the wisdom of Seneca and cultivating a sense of happiness and gratitude for what you already have, you can unlock a path to true joy and fulfillment. The journey requires practice and patience but can ultimately lead to a life of greater happiness, peace, and freedom. Self-control and compassion. Have you ever wondered why being harsh on ourselves is more accessible than for anyone else? We could continually lash at ourselves over a minor mistake or keep coming down on ourselves to deliver the best result. While being much more lenient in our expectations to a friend or a family member, the wise Roman emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius recognized this tendency. He offered solid advice: be lenient with others and strict with yourself. At first, this could sound confusing or even challenging. Shouldn't we be kind and understanding towards ourselves too? Well, yes and no. Marcus Aurelius wasn't saying we should be overly harsh or cruel to ourselves, but rather he emphasized the importance of self-discipline and holding ourselves accountable to our high standards while extending compassion and understanding to others. Think of it this way: if you want to succeed at something, whether it's a sport, an instrument, or your studies, you must be focused and dedicated. It would be best to push yourself to practice, learn, and grow even while challenging or uncomfortable. At the same time, you wouldn't expect the same level of perfection from others. You'd be patient, supportive, and understanding of their struggles and mistakes. By implementing this principle of being strict with yourself and being compassionate toward others, you cultivate good self-discipline and the ability to foster good relationships with others. Thus, taking a positive attitude in all the activities you engage in to achieve the set goal. Throughout history, many cultures and philosophies have embraced this idea of balancing self-discipline and compassion. For example, the ancient Spartan warriors were renowned for their rigorous training and unwavering self-control. Still, They were also taught to respect their adversaries and have pity on those who surrendered. In Buddhism, mindfulness, being present and aware of the moment, is seen as a path to self-discipline and compassion. By developing mindfulness, one can become more aware of their thoughts, emotions, and actions, allowing for greater restraint and accountability. At the same time, mindfulness fosters a sense of interconnectedness and compassion toward others, leading to greater understanding and kindness. So how can you start embodying the principle of being strict with yourself and compassionate with others in your life? Here are some practical tips and practices. Set clear personal standards. Identify the areas where you need to hold yourself to high standards, whether it's in your studies, a hobby, or your individual behavior. Record these standards and refer to them regularly to stay accountable. Practice self-reflection. Take time each day to reflect on your actions, thoughts, and emotions. Ask yourself if you lived up to your own standards and identify areas where you can improve or be kinder to yourself. Cultivate mindfulness. Engage in mindfulness practices like meditation and deep breathing exercises, or take a few moments to pause fully present. This can help you become more aware of your thoughts and emotions, as well as those of others. Remember, the key to self-discipline and compassion is an ongoing journey filled with challenges and valuable opportunities for growth. But by embracing Marcus Aurelius' wisdom of being strict with yourself and compassionate with others, you can gain the resilience, focus, and empathy necessary to achieve your goals while fostering meaningful relationships and positively impacting the world. Embracing truth and seeking growth. Somewhere in your life, someone was trying to argue over something you believed in or a view you held, and your first impulse was to fight back. This is a common psychological reaction to information. An individual concludes their viewpoint is correct, and nothing will convince them otherwise. However, the old Roman philosopher Marcus Aurelius had a different approach. He famously said, "If anyone can discredit me, show me I'm making a mistake or looking at things from the wrong perspective, I'll gladly change. It's the truth I'm after, and the truth never hurt anybody." At the heart of this quote is a robust principle, the willingness to be open-minded, to embrace new perspectives, and to change our views when presented with truth or evidence. This quality can be incredibly valuable not only in our personal lives but also in seeking knowledge, progress, and understanding. Imagine if some of history's greatest thinkers and innovators had stubbornly clung to their current belief and refused to consider groundbreaking ideas. We might never have discovered that the Earth revolves around the Sun, unlocked the secrets of electricity and magnetism, or even developed life-saving medical treatments. Conversely, countless historical examples of individuals and societies rejecting groundbreaking ideas or perspectives are often to their detriment. For example, the Catholic Church's resistance to the heliocentric model of the solar system led to the persecution of scientists like Galileo Galilei, interrupting scientific progress for far too long. In more modern times, we can point to examples like the tobacco industry's denial of the health risks associated with smoking or the ongoing climate change debate, where some groups have consistently rejected overwhelming scientific evidence to preserve their own interests or ideologies. So how can you cultivate the generosity and willingness to change that Marcus Aurelius advocated for? Here are some practical strategies. Practice active listening. When someone presents a perspective that differs from yours, resist the urge to dismiss or argue against it immediately. Instead, make a conscious effort to truly listen and understand where they're coming from, even if you ultimately disagree. Seek out diverse perspectives. Surround yourself with people, books, podcasts, or other sources that provide a range of viewpoints and experiences different from your own. Actively seek out opportunities to expand your understanding and challenge your assumptions. Embrace curiosity. Approach groundbreaking ideas or information with curiosity and wonder rather than skepticism or defensiveness. Ask questions, explore different viewpoints, and remain open to having your mind changed. By embracing the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius and cultivating a mindset of openness and willingness to change, you can unlock a world of possibilities. You'll be better equipped to navigate the complexities of life, remain adaptable in the face of changing circumstances, and continue growing and evolving throughout your journey. Remember, the truth has nothing to fear. Our resistance to change and insistence on clinging to old beliefs